the day my husband died. I was eating melon seeds and counting silver notes in the morning hall. But the whole capital said I was the most miserable woman alive. Only I know the truth. This is the insane good fortune that lets me coast through life easily. My husband only had my own sister in his heart. Even on his deathbed, he begged me to bury him next to her grave. He also told me not to marry him in the next life. As if, why the hell wouldn't I marry him? My parents-in-law are the Grand Princess and the Duke. They dote on me like I'm their biological daughter. All the fancy new items from the palace. My mother-in-law always lets me pick first. My son is a born prodigy. He ranked first in both civil and military imperial exams. He's an undefeated general on the battlefield. He even got the Duke Manners title upgraded to perpetual hereditary succession. When he grows up, he'll take care of me for the rest of my life. That jerk only has his first love in his heart. His residence is so clean there's not even a single concubine maid. I just lie back and enjoy all the good things. I don't have a single thing to worry about. Who wouldn't fight for this kind of good fortune? So when I was reborn one day, I heard the Grand Princess ask me with a smile, "Are you betrothed yet?" I immediately answered shyly, "No, I'm not. Better screw others over than yourself, duh." I didn't feel an ounce of apology towards Lu Junran. All I felt was excitement for the happy life after marriage. The Grand Princess squeezed my hand happily. My son has always been very indifferent to everything. He's barely eaten or drunk anything these days. He said he's taken a fancy to the legitimate daughter of the Z family. No wonder I'm here to propose the marriage on his behalf. This is the first time in all these years he's ever mentioned liking a girl in front of me. He really has good taste. Look at you, you have a full forehead. You look like you'll bring wealth and good luck to your husband. I lowered my head shyly, holding back the secret excitement in my heart. This really isn't my fault. It's Lu Junran's fault for misidentifying who he likes. My sister Z Wanyu was born to my father's concubine. The only legitimate daughter of the Z family has always been me this whole time. The Grand Princess took off the gold bracelet on her wrist and used a handkerchief to help me put it on. She specially sent the Lu Manners sedan chair to take me home. She squeezed my hand warmly. "I'm good friends with your biological mother. I happen to have free time today to drop by and chat. I also want to talk about the engagement, don't you worry. No matter what requests your family has, I will agree to all of them." My eyes were all misty, but I couldn't hide my glee as I said yes, acting all affectionate. Rumors say the Grand Princess is super hard to please. In my past life, before I married Lu Junran, I was scared to death of her. After I married into the family, I finally realized this mother-in-law is freaking awesome. She doesn't like waking up early, so I don't have to pay my respects to her at all. She's very picky about food, so she has her own private kitchen in the inner yard. She doesn't eat with the younger generation, so I don't have to serve her tea or food either. She gets bored of old things easily and loves chasing new trends. Whenever there's the latest dress or jewelry in the capital, she's always the first one to get it. But she gets bored of it right away, so she has her maids carry baskets of them to my room. I'll take them for sure, I'm broke as hell. I love this stuff, of course I'll take it. She would tease me arrogantly on one hand, saying I'm a country girl who's never seen gold and silver, and on the other hand, she'd take her keys to open her vault for me, letting me pick whatever I want. Every time I kowtowed to her, crying my eyes out, my gratitude is completely genuine, coming straight from my heart. Mom, my dear mom, damn it. We wasted so many years apart. When I was about to give birth, my sister burst into my room. That's when I found out Lu Junran didn't love me. The sudden shock caused me to have a difficult labor. The Grand Princess was furious when she heard about it. Chang Ting held my sister down on the open ground and ordered the servants to beat her to death with sticks. Lu Junran was absolutely devastated. It was the first time he defied the Grand Princess. He carried my sister, who was beaten, and on the verge of death and ran away. The Grand Princess felt both pity and guilt towards me. After the baby was born, she took care of all the trivial matters. She even brought an opera troupe from Jiangnan and arranged them in my courtyard. To keep me entertained, she wiped her tears and kept warning me, afraid I'd have thoughts of hurting myself. You have to stay happy during your confinement. You must not get upset. She was also afraid Lu Junran would do something stupid. That would hurt my feelings. So she exiled my sister and brother-in-law to the southern frontier and ordered them to never enter the capital again for the rest of their lives. Lu Junren argued. The court officials shouted that it was unfair. She only snorted coldly and said, "I'm just partial to my own folks. What are you going to do about it?" When she breathed her last, I cried so hard my throat went completely dry. I was genuinely heartbroken. Way more than when her kid died. Back when I was wailing my lungs out. After the sedan arrived at my house, I helped the Grand Princess get off, never expecting. There was another sedan parked right outside the main gate. That must be the Lu family's sedan. The driver came over and kowtowed to the Grand Princess. The Grand Princess smiled and squeezed my palm. Who knew Junren couldn't wait that long? He even got here ahead of us. I felt a little uneasy in my heart. In my past life, at this exact point in time, Lu Junren never visited my house at all. I really hope nothing goes wrong here. Of course, the thing I dread most happens first. This stupid heavens really can't stand me having a good time. Lu Junren was already in the hall drinking tea with my parents. My elder sister Pei was standing next to Lu Junren. They were standing extremely close to each other. My sister was putting on a delicate, fragile act. Looking all charming and seductive, Lu Junren's ears were bright red. When the Grand Princess saw this scene, her expression immediately turned sour. When Lu Junren saw us walk in, he brought my sister over to greet the Grand Princess. He moved toward my side and directly knocked away my arm that was supporting the Grand Princess. He said to my sister, "Wan, you come help my mother into the house." When my sister was interacting with the Grand Princess, her smile and manners were a lot more proper. But before she could even speak, the Grand Princess said coldly, "No need. I can walk on my own just fine. I'm not so crippled that I need someone to help me move." When no one was looking, Lu Junren glared daggers at me. "Xie Yuhua, you're so shameless. You're that desperate to marry into my family. I don't want you at all. The person I want to marry is your elder sister. If you dare to get in our way again, see how I make your life miserable." He threatened me viciously. Then when he turned to my elder sister, his expression turned all soft and affectionate. "Let's go, shall we?" Watching them walk side by side, looking like the perfect ideal match, I didn't feel even a tiny bit sad. Any sadness I ever felt for Lu Junren only lasted the first few years of our marriage in my past life. After he became a monk, I lived a happy, carefree life for 60 whole years. I'm practically 100 years old now, all things considered. Why the hell would I be sad? So what if I'm shameless? It's not like I'm dying to marry him anyway. I'm dying to marry his mom, duh. Besides, our only legitimate son is super smart. A total genius, actually. I never had to worry about him since he was little. When he grew up, he not only became the youngest top imperial scholar, he also took first place in the military exam. When he led troops to war, he never lost a single battle, earning the nickname Unbeatable Commander. All the servants in the Lu family said he was just like his grandfather. He turned the Lu family's title, which had only lasted a few generations, into a hereditary title that's passed down forever. After he found out about the stupid stuff his dad did, he was so embarrassed. He even offered to find me a husband, to keep me company in my old age. With a mother-in-law like that, and a son like this, even if I have to hold my nose and put up with that idiot Lu Junren, I'd do it in a heartbeat. My sister kowtowed to the Grand Princess to thank her. When I was on my way home, Your Highness, I was suddenly harassed by thugs and accidentally fell into the water. Luckily, Mr. Lu Junren saved me. I rolled my eyes so hard behind their backs. The Grand Princess snorted and said, "I already knew about Junren saving someone. Yesterday. The girl he fished out claimed to be the legitimate daughter of the Z family. How could that possibly be you?" My sister's face went pale. Lu Junren looked over confusedly. "But Wan Yu is the Z family's legitimate daughter." My dad stepped forward to clarify. "Wan Yu was born to a concubine. She's a concubine's daughter." Lu Junren was completely stunned. My sister stammered, unable to say a word. Her eyes immediately turned red. The Grand Princess had seen way too much inner courtyard drama. She saw right through my sister's schemes at a glance. "Can't speak, huh?" She turned to look at Junren again. "You silly boy. You haven't fallen for anyone in so many years. And you picked this stupid, vicious little snake." Her voice suddenly turned icy. My sister immediately dropped to her knees, whispering and begging for mercy. "Why are you doing this, Your Highness?" I'm just from a lowly background. I was afraid the noble young master would dislike me. Lu Junran was absolutely heartbroken. Grabbed his sister's arm, trying to pull her up. She flew into a rage at me. "Imperial Mother, you must have believed the instigation of this girl next to you. Whether Wanyu is a legitimate daughter or a concubine's daughter, I don't care at all. Didn't you say earlier that a girl's virtue matters the most? Our family is not from some backwater village. We don't humiliate a good girl just for her birth." "That's right. I did say that. But this girl next to you is far from a good woman. No one's even humiliating her. She's the one framing her own little sister. She was harassed by a bastard and fell into the water. You jumped in to save her. You two definitely had physical contact. You went out to investigate a case with your men yesterday. You were dressed very plainly, in the coarse cloth common folks wear. No one would tell you're a noble young master. She was scared you'd latch onto her. So she lied that she was the legitimate daughter of the Z family and pinned that identity on her little sister. She could have easily made up a random identity to put this whole messy incident behind her, but she chose to pretend to be her sister. How can you say she didn't have evil intentions? The Z family is a third-rank official clan, a well-known, prestigious family. If it wasn't you who saved her yesterday, but some random poor bloke from the street who wanted to marry into a rich family, went to the Z mansion making a fuss. Her sister Yuhua would have had no way out except death, right? My parents standing nearby turned livid immediately, especially my own mother, was staring at Wanyu like she wanted to eat her alive. Wanyu kowtowed hard on the ground, until her forehead was bleeding nonstop. "I would never dare have such an intention, your ladyship. Mother, I swear I have no such evil plan. If I really had such a vicious thought, that man who saved me would recognize my face when he comes to the mansion anyway." My mom gritted her teeth and said, "A random commoner would dare enter the inner mansion to meet the young lady. Even if he admits he got the wrong person, the scandal would have already spread. Your sister's reputation would be ruined. Even if that man comes to clear things up, everyone would think the Z family forced him to lie. When you came home yesterday, why didn't you mention this mess? If young Master Lu didn't come to propose today, and you found out who he really is, what were you planning to say then?" My mom didn't care that the elders were around, grabbed my elder sister's messy hair, and slapped her hard twice across the face. "Yuhua is my only biological daughter. How dare you set her up like this? Even though you were born to a concubine? All these years, your food, clothes, housing, and lessons from famous teachers. I raised you exactly like a legitimate daughter. When I was arranging your marriage, I even discussed with your father to adopt you under my name, so you'd have the status of a legitimate daughter, to give you more honor. Is this how you repay my kindness?" Wanyu was crying her heart out, sobbing and screaming. "Stop, please stop." Lu Junran pushed my mother away hard. I rushed to catch my wobbly mother. The Grand Princess was furious. "Now that you see how evil this girl is, you still want to marry her?" Lu Junran said firmly. "Yes, I love her, mother. No matter what she's done, even if everything you said is true, I will still marry her." He glanced at me. His eyes flickered unconsciously, then looked away stiffly. "As for the legitimate daughter of the Z family, I just don't like her, no matter how good she is. No matter how noble her family is, I won't marry her." Lu Junren's words were extremely cruel. He made me sound completely worthless. The Grand Princess stared at my deathly pale face and trembling figure. She stared at Lu Junren furiously. "You think you can marry Wanyu? You're daydreaming? A cunning, scheming girl like her, even if she becomes your concubine, she'll disgrace the reputation of the Duke's mansion." The Grand Princess walked over and pulled me into her arms. her eyes full of guilt and concern. Yuhua, don't listen to my son's nonsense. You're such a wonderful girl. I like you so much. Don't be upset. Even if the Duke's mansion doesn't have the luck to have you as my daughter-in-law, you can still be my adopted daughter. Be it great wealth and status, or talented young men, is it all gonna be gone? I'll definitely find you a great marriage match. My nephew, the crown prince, isn't married yet right now. Mother consort. Lu Junran cut her off sharply. Have you lost your mind? She's in no way qualified to be the empress. I say she's good enough. That means she's absolutely good enough. That's absolutely laughable. You want this little vixen by your side. What do you care who Zeyuhua marries? If you ask me, you're the one who's lost it. Lu Junran's face turned red with frustration. He had nothing to say in response. My eyes immediately lit up. That hard situation Princess Chang mentioned, I actually relate to that a little, because I suddenly realized Lu Junran has also been reborn once. The good life I hoped for, the same as my last life's. Similar fun days are totally out of the question. I'm so reluctant to let it go. My genius baby boy, I don't even know if we'll meet again in this life. I still wanted to ride on his coattails, get rich and famous through my son, and hope he grows up to be successful, but being the crown princess is also a great deal, you know? I'm not complaining, I'm absolutely thrilled. I was already imagining an even better, luxurious life. I accidentally snickered out loud. Lu Junren's face immediately darkened like a piece of charcoal. He insulted me without holding back at all. What are you so happy about? Oh my god. You actually dare to dream of sitting on the dragon throne? Xie Yuhua, you fickle little brat. You weigh nothing even when you're stripped naked. How dare you have such wild delusions? I kept my mouth shut, because I knew someone in the room would definitely put him in his place. After Princess Chang slapped him across the face, she also gave him a brutal scolding. She ordered the house guards to drag the furious Lu Junran and the betrothal gifts he brought and get ready to leave. Lu Junran refused to leave. My older sister was beside herself, crying her heart out. An old servant from outside suddenly burst into the room. He kowtowed with a pale, angry face and said, I have an update. All the neighbors are spreading rumors. Our second young miss fell into the water and was saved by a commoner. Now that commoner has come to ask for her hand in marriage, our family is an official's household, so we're putting on airs. We refuse to let our legitimate daughter marry down with a dowry. And we're planning to go back on our word. My older sister's eyes rolled back, and she fainted dead away. My parents also collapsed weakly into their armchairs. They were scared out of their wits. Only Lu Junran and I were totally confused. Our eyes met each other. We both saw shock in each other's eyes. This was the complete opposite of what happened in my past life. The ones who spread rumors in my past life were my older sister and top scholar He Zhao. It was definitely not me and some random commoner. Last time around, the one who saved my older sister was not Lu Junran. It was the top scholar He Zhao. He Zhao was extremely learned and very handsome. Painters even made copies of his portraits to sell on the street. Unmarried young ladies would often secretly buy them. My older sister naturally wasn't immune to his charm either. Everyone has a thing for good-looking people, right? I bought one too. After my sister was pulled out of the water by He Zhao, she immediately told him her status. I am the eldest daughter of the Z family. I only ask that you come to the Z manor soon to ask for my hand in marriage. But He Zhao turned her down. You saved my life. How could I take advantage of that to pressure you? A young lady's reputation is the most important thing. Besides, I already have someone I love. Let's just pretend this never happened. After my sister got home, she was totally distraught. She actually ordered her maid to go spread rumors outside that she was saved by the top scholar and that the two of them had physical contact. He Zhao mistakenly thought the rumors were spread by neighbors who recognized them and knew what had happened between them. To protect my sister's reputation, he was willing to come to the manor to propose. My mother also made my sister the legitimate wife and even prepared a very generous dowry for her so she could get married in style. At first, my sister and He Zhao actually had a really sweet period together, but later when He Zhao found out she spread the fake rumors, he grew cold towards her. I had no idea when my older sister and Lu Junren met each other, or when they fell in love. Anyway, last time around, it was Lu Junren who voluntarily came to marry me. That was 2 years after my older sister married Haijiao. I was betrothed to Lu Junren and was kept in the dark the whole time. It wasn't until I was pregnant and about to give birth that my older sister came to tell me the truth. Only then did I find out that Lu Junren married me, only to get an in-law title related to her, so they could meet each other whenever they wanted. That hit me really hard back then. I almost got both me and my baby killed. Before all that mess happened, Lu Junren put on such a convincing act. We'd been married for 3 years. He doted on me with all his heart. Super warm and thoughtful. He did everything a perfect husband should do. I really cared about him. And I stupidly thought he cared about me too. I was too young back then. I couldn't take that huge blow. I almost went down the wrong path. I had lost all hope in life. I wanted to drag those two to hell with me. It was the Princess Regent who knocked some sense into me. And my baby stopped me from doing this stupid thing. That's why those two cheating lovebirds got to act their stupid sob drama for years, before they finally went to hell. After Lu Junren traveled back in time this round, he acted first to gain the upper hand. He showed up just a split second before Hijao and pulled my elder sister out of water. Too bad my sister didn't recognize him at all then. Plus, Lu Junren is a rough warrior. He looks plain and unremarkable. He acts all reckless and rude. His clothes are even worse than the male servants in our manor. Put all these together, my elder sister must have been terrified out of her wits. Scared he would latch on to her and take responsibility. So she came up with a nasty little idea. Lied and used my name, hoping to pin this reputation-ruining scandal on me. But my sister didn't expect. The man who saved her is the eldest son of the Duke's manor. The rumors spreading on the street were probably started by my sister today. When she heard a guest came to the outer hall to propose, she got totally flustered. Before she even had time to find out Lu Junren's identity, she sent her maid out to spread those rumors. I took a deep breath. This is such a lucky stroke. If any single part had gone differently, we would never end up in this situation. This marriage is definitely mine now. I literally didn't do anything. That's just luck, right? When you're lucky, nothing can stop you. After the Princess Regent heard the old servant's report about the street rumors, she snorted and clapped her hands. The nanny pinched my sister's waist. After my sister woke up from the pain, the Princess Regent circled her slowly with a cold face. It's been so many years. No one has amused me this much for ages. This is absolutely brilliant. My sister's teeth were chattering. She didn't dare lift her head. She was this close to losing her mind. Forget her, if I were in her shoes, I would lose my temper too. The perfect life she was so close to getting just slipped right through her fingers step by step because of all the sneaky schemes she pulled to stir up trouble, and she gave it all away for free. To her own half-sister that she had looked down on since childhood. Who wouldn't go crazy over that? The Princess Regent gave a signal with her eyes to the guards who were carrying the betrothal gifts and were about to leave our manor. Put those down. Then she looked half amused at Lu Junren, who was staring at Lady Chen in confusion. Thanks to your beloved Wan Yu's little gift, Yuhua got caught up in this unfair scandal for no reason. So this engagement, you have to accept it whether you want to or not. Yuhua is a pure and honorable girl, and you two completely ruined her reputation. If you are any kind of a man, you have to take responsibility for this. If you want to hate someone, hate that Wan Yu girl you love so much. She was born to be a meddling matchmaker, isn't she? My sister clutched her chest. Her eyes rolled back and collapsed back onto the brick ground. This time she actually fainted from anger. Lu Junren didn't even bother with my elder sister. He just glanced at me, completely defeated, looking as annoyed and upset as if he had swallowed a greenhead fly. His lips were trembling. His face was deathly pale. He stumbled towards the street, like the whole sky had fallen on him, mumbling nonstop under his breath. How did it turn out like this? How did it turn out like this? The Princess Regent grabbed the betrothal invitation that Lu Junren had brought for my sister earlier. She glanced over it quickly, then said to me cheerfully, "For you? This stuff is way too shabby. You had a big scare today, didn't you?" I will triple the betrothal gifts for you. We must be fated to be mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. I liked you the first time I saw you. I've been wanting to shower you with treasures and money. I'm just glad even with all the twists and turns. In the end, you and I still get to be family. After they left, following the Princess Regent's orders, the street rumors changed in the blink of an eye to the legitimate daughter of the Z family was harassed by a villain, thrown into the water, and fished out by that heavenly young master. The young master hid his identity as a high-ranking noble and only claimed he was born an ordinary commoner, afraid he wasn't good enough for the noble lady. The legitimate daughter of the Z family ignored the class gap and said firmly, "A hero is never judged by their background. Be you a commoner or a royal descendant? You're the husband I've already chosen. Such a God-given perfect match. Aren't they the ideal fairy couple? Made for each other as young master and noble lady. Today, the young master came to our house to propose and revealed his real identity. The entire Liang family was over the moon. Everything went perfectly as we wished. This is so great, so amazing. Mom and I were counting the betrothal gifts from the Duke's mansion, while listening to the old servant report how everyone on the street was praising me like crazy. In the blink of an eye, I became the loyal and righteous great girl who's even better than boys in everyone's eyes. I felt all dizzy and giddy, like I was having a beautiful dream. I literally didn't do a single thing at all. Turns out the heavens really love playing tricks on people. I totally deserve this huge stroke of luck coming my way. But happy events can be really exhausting too, you know? My eldest sister slowly woke up. After hearing the old butler report all the gossip, her eyes rolled back again, and she fainted from anger once more. My mom shot her a really nasty glare and ordered her to be confined to her bedroom. The Grand Princess ordered people to take the gossip about me, and Lujin ran on the street and turned them into folk songs to perform in the restaurants she owns. She even brought this whole matter up to the Emperor. The Emperor was extremely happy about it. He picked up his pen with a flick, wrote an imperial edict, and granted me marriage to Lu Junran right on the spot. Not just that, he also rewarded me with 100 taels of gold as a commendation. This marriage is now totally set in stone. Brought over, along with the imperial edict, was the triple betrothal gifts the Grand Princess promised earlier. She was all smiles and said happily, "I know you're still young, and I shouldn't be talking about this stuff with you. I had a wonderful dream last night. I dreamt that after you and Junran consummate your marriage, you gave birth to a chubby little grandson for me. This little grandson of mine is a total child prodigy. In the dream, he kept calling me Grandma nonstop. He held my hand and said eagerly with tears in his eyes, I checked the latest auspicious date for you too. Let's keep the wedding banquet simple. After we saw the Grand Princess off, Dad looked really worried and stopped me and Mom. I'm the second daughter of the mansion. I have to wait until my eldest sister gets married first. Before I can get married, Dad spoke up. Wan Yu is my biological daughter after all. I have to find her a good marriage match. Mom's face immediately turned cold. Dad hurried to add, sure, she did a lot of stupid things, but she's already been punished. By a strange twist of fate, this great marriage from the Duke's mansion fell right into Yahua's lap. Mom just snorted over and over again. Do whatever you want. But don't even think of registering her under. My name is a legitimate daughter. That's out of the question.